let's go ahead and have you flip over to the Word document. Do you want to stay in the hot seat, Shannon?
Where
Or should we have Madeline get up there?
I think Madeline should get up
All
there.
right, Madeline.
I think she should do it. She's good at this.
Madeline, you can choose. Which one would you like? You want to do 2, 3, or 4? Where are you at? We'll help you walk through it.
Well, we can do 2.
Okay.
Return of defective.
Yeah.
So do we want, do you want to start from scratch, or do you want to take a
We can
invoice that's already
assume,
there?
yeah. Okay. So one thing that you're going to want to do is sometimes your invoices, it's already gone out the door, okay?
And any of these that were, this one's 39's attached right to Cheryl.
Okay.
So we could use that.
So you have a couple of choices. Is it there, you know what, I'm just going to void this out, and I'm going to do this and this, or have they already paid? Has it already been deposited? You have to know a bunch of things, and that's where it gets like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, tell me what your scenario is on a return of a defective, and then we'll go from there, because otherwise it's going to be random.
Let's assume on the defective, I'm trying to see what Cheryl bought on one of these. So I'm going to look at this printable invoice, and she bought, can we even tell?
So it's a cherry cough syrup, part number other.
Well, let's just use that. So let's pretend that one of the bottles had the cap that wasn't sealed.
Okay.
Or this is $36, so there's quantity of 1. So she brings it back and argues with me. Crazy.
Sure.
The bottle has a slight crack in it, so we need to give her back her $36.
Okay.
Okay, that's not the best scenario
So
in the
what's
whole
this?
wide world, but it's on invoice 39 attached right to Cheryl then.
Watch this. I'm gonna shortcut it real quick. Okay. Go to that invoice 39. Go printable on invoice 39.
Okay, that's where I was.
Go more options.
Okay.
Duplicate card. It's straight down from your mouse.
Duplicate invoice.
Yep. Go right there.
That one?
Watch this. It rolled it to Cheryl.
Okay.
It pulled it in as a positive quantity. Scroll down a little bit. Just change that to a negative quantity and hit update card.
Are you kidding me?
Or
I
she
can take
changes
this
the quantity.
one right here.
Watch this. Say update
The
card.
quantities right there,
Yep.
and update card is...
There's 2 buttons,
there's
top or
2.
bottom. Mhm.
Here we go.
Okay, so now scroll down. It says, I need to owe her $40.10.
You do, because it reverses the taxes too. Wow, that's kind of nice.
Okay, so what if it had multiple other items? All you'd have to do is restore its card, basically it's called duplicate, because the other one still exists.
So would if it had other items, would I remove then
You
the
would,
other items and only deal with the one?
Just only deal with whatever's going on, okay? I would put some more notes here. Why is she getting money back, okay? Either internal or printable.
So non-printing is the same as is. Cheryl said, here we go.
That was just going to be
So
it.
what if it hasn't been deposited? It's like
What's that?
same day, like an hour or 2 later.
Okay,
Like, I took this and
so are they just returning it, or is it defective, or because there's a difference there. Do I want it back in my inventory, or is it completely gone and I have to get it? I have to get a
I
credit.
got this 2 hours ago and it wasn't any good, and so
Okay.
and you can't sell it again to anyone else.
Okay, so basically, I have to refund their money, and then I have to then deal with the.
The inventory, do you have to just?
So what I can do on the inventory is I can basically back it out just like this. Okay, I back it out, which corrects the inventory, or I can even say, you know what, it already went, and what I'm going to do is, instead of even going to the invoice side, it's already out the door. You could technically just say, you know what, I'll cut you a check. You could go right to the expense side, and then you could tie it back to that invoice saying, here's your refund. You don't even have to do the other side of the invoice. Every single scenario is so different, it totally depends, and so that's where it's kind of like,
Well, and the
whoa.
trick is it's a lot a matter of deciding,
How you want to deal with it?
how you want to deal with it, and probably staying as consistent as possible
Sure.
so that you're across the board. But when I do my checkout, do you assume a checkout here?
Okay, correct.
When I just go, how do I handle this then?
Okay, so are we going to give her money back?
I'm going to give her money back.
Okay, so I would say something like this. I would say check or internal, however you wanted to do it. Are you physically going to give her cash, or are you going to cut her a check?
I probably wouldn't cut a check right there because I'm visualizing that I'm probably not the person who cuts the checks for my organization.
Okay, So how is she going to get money back? She's standing in front of you. Ideally, you might say, you know what, you need to go over to the service desk because I am just doing straight retail, okay? If you're a one-person shop, you're going to have to deal with it.
So I better probably just cut her a check because
Okay.
that would be the most customer friendly.
So then you would physically have to look, what is the check number I'm going to use? This is not the check number she's going to use.
This is our check number.
Well, check this out. I would recommend that you put in there what it really was and put some notes because you're physically, this is a negative invoice, okay? Any negative invoice, I would document that thing. Why is it negative? Because it's going to show up like a sore thumb,
Okay.
okay? And I would say, hey, we cut her a check, coming back out.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so at this point, it's partially done. You just, you pulled it back out, okay?
Okay.
You said that you were going to cut her a check, and she's happy because she now has this little thing. You just satisfied your inventory piece of the puzzle,
Correct.
okay?
But I haven't satisfied the check.
Correct, correct. So what you would do is you would technically need to have the permissions to do an expense receipt, and then you would end up cutting Cheryl a physical check
At that point.
and then applying it to customer satisfaction or whatever you, like all sorts of different categories. We haven't even gotten there yet. So basically, at this point, you would go to the expense side of the puzzle,
And fill in the rest of the piece.
this is fiscal money coming out that's happening, okay? Once again, each scenario totally depends on,
So that basically takes care of the return of defective and the process of getting a refund, which you have to take care of the inventory side and the
so
expense side.
all of a sudden things start splintering, okay? You need to kind of just cross your T's, dot your I's, and
A return on a credit card is actually going to be easier. I mean, if you swipe. no
actually
problem.
Shannon just did one.
Okay.
She did a return on a credit card virtually.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
The secret is figure out what the scenario is and then act accordingly. There is not a blanket thing unless your particular company has a policy. Go ahead and click on invoices. You'll actually see a couple negative invoices there. Okay?
Right. Well, and I added another one too.
That's fine. That's fine.
Because I was doing my tents.
So anyway, just so you know, those will stand out. Any other searches that you do, it's going to show negative quantities coming up. It's going to start being, whoa, guess what? You know, like, there's
This is
some.
why the notes section and explanations of those becomes pretty critical.
It is, it is. So you have to kind of, on a return, you satisfy the customer, the inventory part, the money portion, and you may even have to take it clear out to the expense side where you're physically giving them money back. We have some other pieces we're still planning on developing that will even help speed up some of those processes, but those are what's available right now.
Excellent.
Cool.
Excellent, excellent. Where do you want this to be? Do you have a preference?
No.
Take that home.